Uh, Today, I want to bring you something about complicity on this system. Uh, well, as I've been saying, everything is manipulated in this system. It's always about manipulation, everything. Um, oh, excuse me. That's the same. Um, these films are always throwing shit over me. And I have to drink all day, all night, all the time. And so, see, I'm going to pick my water on spring water. It's about 3 kilometers, and so every single day I have to make some 6 kilometers for that today, and more or less once a week I have to do this 2 times to make sure I have some reserve. So each time it's about 18 liters. Well, let me see. This cricket, it's almost finished. uh, in the beginning of summer. No. But exactly, I mean, middle of June, and so it's the beginning of summer. Uh, and it's still a bit cold, not exactly cold, it's not fresh. Well, you see, everything is about manipulation. The weather, everything. Now, uh, the problem is exactly that people live under a scheme of manipulation. People don't realize what really is everything about life, as I talked about the other video. Everything, basically everything is a lie. The truth is the opposite. And the problem is exactly what the system is about. It's about a satanic agenda, which is around the idea of um, justifying the way uh, on the demanding like a logic on the what should be and what it is, but it it is not exactly what it is, because it is manipulated. So what is at stake here is what the human nature, uh, which is around spirituality. So people are living under a scheme and manipulation in order to keep people living around the matter world only, um, around the body, around like animal uh, life, something like that way. Um, and to give away for that, it's created an illusion to um, decept people. In first place, of course, um, with the idea of spirituality served by religion, and then everything, school, everything to manipulate things in order to keep people in an illusion. And of course, illusion, we can consider many things. Uh, but I I want to bring you some examples on this to lead you to what what really is about, because you can consider like concepts like um, people live like satanic bacteria. Why? Because people just keep them in ignorance, living under an idea of identity, something like that, uh, with a kind of limitation and serving the system. So they are working like bacteria of the system. Well, uh, a good example is around the idea of um, um, what sustains the system. You know, um, what sustains the machine is the energy called taxes. But in many times, people are led to think things like, for instance, public service workers, they are served uh, with, with a receipt to their paycheck, maybe uh, telling them things like, oh, this amount that was discounted as a tax. You see, it's a trick to lead people to think that they are contributing, but that is a lie, because what is paying is the tax money. Tax is on from the privacy world, the where everything is created, um, and from there comes the tax money to sustain the system. So the system lives on that taxes. So the public service works on that, depending on that tax, not the money that comes from what? See, so people are under an illusion. Uh, and so, of course, the ignorance is exactly the way the system keeps people. Because people cannot understand things, because that would be the end of the system. So the problem here is again that the system is not legitimate, which means everything is crime. Yeah. Why? Because what is in stake to maintain legitimacy is consciousness. And what the system does is everything to keep people out of that possibility. People cannot know the truth. So, consciousness, there is no way for that in the system. So, what is said to people is everything is to be believed, accepted, and obeyed. See, it's a trick, but people don't get it. People think things are exactly as they say. And then the worst part in this is, for instance, the teachers. They have a responsibility because they are teaching something as being the truth, but they didn't check if really is the case. So this is really serious. And so you see, where is the responsibility? Doesn't matter what teacher. Basic school, high school, university, doesn't matter. Everybody lives under ignorance. They simply keep themselves serving that agenda, which is they learn certain things. They have then some way to work on certain area they want, they like, and so on. And see, so people live like satanic bacteria because exactly is the case. The system is satanic, and people are living like bacteria on this, sustaining this shit. So, you see, what is in stake? Yeah. You know, remember um, things like, um, well, this is not personal. It's only business. You know about this. Yeah. Yeah, it's exactly what has to do with this because people need to understand what is in stake is not a matter of belief, not a taste, will, power. No, what is in stake is a matter of human nature. And this, in this case, it's a matter of social interests. So, not personal. You see, what is in stake is a condition that has to do with a relation, social relation, which is around the law, who what can consider rights, rightness, justice, what can consider freedoms and things like that. And so it's about citizenship, not personal citizenship, which means not personal, not a matter of ability, professional, like judges, police, and so on. No way. Nothing can be above that. Nothing can be above that condition, citizenship. Because it has to do with a matter of consciences, duty, and responsibility. See? And so, also, citizen cannot be represented. There is only one way to keep people on this reality, which is the participation. So, let's see what is about, what is in stake. Social contracts, exactly. Yeah, they don't want you to know. Yeah, that is the thing. So everything is created in order to keep you away from that possibility. You cannot understand this. Yeah, that is the thing. So, you see, complicity is what everything is about in the system. People live under some kind of comfort zone, or because they like this or that, because they believe or they like, or um, some interest is involved, some, I don't know, necessity, some uh, uh, because they are used to something. Doesn't matter. There is no excuse, even culture, whatever. There's no excuse. See, that people live under an excuse all the time. Always, it's insane. See, so people, even without dreaming, they ask, and a kind of complicity with the system. That is the problem. Yeah. So you need to think about this. Um, there is no other way. There is only one way. Social contract is about participation. That's it. I already talked about this. You need to watch my videos and share, participate. So, again, until next one, keep well.